Viewer, you know that on principle, I have strongly opposed India playing Pakistan in the Asia Cup. We've done multiple shows about it, you and I. Now, my opposition to the BCCI and the Indian government's stand on this remains. But it is also now time to take a clear stand on what has transpired. There is a noisy debate over the last 24 hours over sportsmanship, propriety, and the so-called gentleman's game in the wake of last night's final. Now, let us be very honest tonight. Pakistan is being treated exactly the way it deserves, in my view. And this is not an emotional argument. This is not a real country that earns respect or the usual sober rules of engagement. Those lecturing Arshdeep for his reels, or Surya Kumar Yadav for refusing a handshake, or even the Prime Minister of India for equating the Asia Cup win with Operation Sindoor, must realize that the rules have changed when it comes to a terrorist state. Let me remind you of just 7 reasons, small reasons, why I believe Pakistan has earned every ounce of the treatment it is now crying about in the so-called gentleman's game. Number 1, the gun gesture. Remember that? A Pakistani player mocking India by converting his cricket bat into a rifle. 2, the plane gesture. Nobody's going to forget that very, very soon. A cheap jibe about jets shot down meant to wound and provoke. 3, the 6-0 gesture by Haris Rauf. 4, the PCB going after the referee when decisions didn't go their way, showing zero respect for the game's institutions. Number 5, Mohsin Naqvi's Instagram posts mocking India in full public view and endangering the lives of fans. 6, the sight of Naqvi walking away with the trophy as if he were bigger than the actual sport. 7, a Pakistani media that made a routine joke of bullets being sprayed on a cricket pitch just to shield their players from the shame of 3 serial defeats in the Asia Cup. Sure, some of you might say that India shouldn't have descended to Pakistan's level. But I argue that with Pakistan, there is no other level. This is the only level of engagement. This is not a country that understands decency or rules or propriety or the gentleman's game. This is a country that from its highest office of Field Marshal down to its youngest cricket star is filled with bile and a total lack of propriety, decency, and being a gentleman. Just these 7 things that I've named tell you why Pakistan does not get to hide behind the rules of sportsmanship tonight. It has mocked, jeered, baited, and disrespected India on and off the field for years, so you can't distinguish any longer the real world and the cricket pitch. The treatment it is now receiving is not petulance, it is consequence. Those who are whining should stop because the rules have changed and Pakistan must finally live with what it created. Well, as you know, as a matter of principle, I completely opposed India actually playing against Pakistan. I spoke out against the government and the BCCI, but the matches happened and finally we have these facts in front of us. A very ill-tempered final which India finally did win, but it has left a very bad aftertaste with Pakistanis now talking about how the gentleman's game has been ruined. One of my favorite commentators and Pakistan observers said on social media a short while ago that Pakistanis have been match fixers, religious bigots, taking their religion to the field, trying to convert players, made racist and sexist remarks, have mistreated their own compatriots who are non-Muslim, have been the biggest cheats, their umpires are cheaters and players have been involved in ball tampering. Now they have suddenly discovered cricket is a gentleman's game. So the question tonight on India Matters really is, does Pakistan get what it deserves? Did Pakistan simply get what it has normalized and pretty much deserved in terms of what happened during and after the Asia Cup final? Anand Ranganathan, our favorite author and commentator, is with us live. Qamar, Cheema, political commentator, back here on NDTV after a long break. And Atul, Wassan, former Indian cricketer. Welcome, gentlemen. Thanks for being with me. Qamar, why the surprise? Why this moral outrage in Pakistan over the manner in which things have actually played out? Whether it is the PCB chief, whether it is your players, they pretty much asked for it. Why the surprise over how your people have been treated?
Shiv, good to be with you, and hello to everyone else. And I think this is not just Pakistan which started all. It is Indian government, it is Indian team which has started all. And frankly speaking, the Indian cricket team, we know that they are being forced to do this. And unfortunately, the Indian ruling class at the moment, they have linked cricket, sports, foreign policy, national security with their electoral politics. That is the major reason this is all happening. And frankly speaking, we know the ego in India has injured, and they are bleeding from disrespect, and they have weaponized.
But Qamar,
we know that.
Qamar,
listen.
Qamar, the PCB chief and Haris Rauf and others on the cricket field, they are the ones who made those ugly militarized gestures. Why are you pointing a finger at India and saying you guys have made the same thing? Your people on the field made those gestures, provoking 1.4 billion people after a terror attack. What did you expect in return?
Shiv, the first thing started when India started pressurizing the ICC. Then India started pressurizing the entire cricket ecosystem.
Pressurizing about what? We've played against you. We've played against you. What pressure are you talking about?
It's not about playing. It's manipulating. It's forcing them that tell the Pakistani captain we are not going to shake the hand. So you're talking about the gentleman's game. The gentleman game starts when we enter into the game and we shake hands.
Come on.
Unfortunately, let me finish, man. Unfortunately, you are weaponizing cricket. And cricket, the way things are shaping up. And I think the Indian political class, they need to be more mature. We know they are under pressure. They lost Bangladesh under the neighborhood first policy. They lost 7 jet in 4 days.
Qamar, forgive me.
Hosting them every day.
Qamar, forgive me.
Don't bring politics in all these things. And one more thing, India is vulnerable. India is isolated. Do not, and Prime Minister Modi and the ruling party, what they are doing?
Sure. I'm sure they are very.
They are using cricket. They are using Bollywood. They are using Godi media.
I'm just. Qamar, one second. Qamar, calm down. I know how it feels, but I'm just saying. I find it a little Anand. I find it a little rich. I find it a little funny that suddenly people are wondering about the weaponization of India-Pakistan cricket. It has been weaponized since the day we've started playing against each other. Why this sudden, oh my God, you're weaponizing it. Oh my God, there is politics in India-Pakistan cricket. It has always happened. And the Pakistanis got what they deserved on the field and off the field. Anand, what do you think?
Good evening, Shiv, and good evening to my fellow panelists. First of all, I would like to congratulate Mr. Cheema for getting the award from Pakistan for single-handedly winning the war as far as Operation Sindoor is concerned. His holding the coat hanger and rotating on a potter's wheel as a radar single-handedly thwarted all our machinations, to bomb the terror hideout. So congratulations to Mr. Cheema on that account. Even the Chinese radars could not hold, a mirror to what Mr. Cheema did single-handedly. Be that as it may, we are talking about something that concerns sport. And Shiv, you remember, you're a football aficionado as well. I think it was Bill Shankly who said very famously that they say that football is a matter of life and death. They are wrong. It's much more precious than that. It's always been the case as far as India-Pakistan encounters were concerned. And for Pakistan to now cry hoarse, that, gentleman's game has been ruined because somebody did not shake our hands. Well, let me put it very bluntly. Although I was for India playing Pakistan for the reasons I explained to you, that slightly differ from your take, and that was because we play the terror state Pakistan in Olympics as well as in World Cup. So we have our international obligations. But, that doesn't mean that we could actually shake hands with, to give you an analogy, you want to dismantle and destroy and take out Osama bin Laden. Would you invite him for tea? So let's get one thing clear. If you're playing a terror state because of international obligations, you are under no obligations to be gentlemanly with it.
Yeah.
As far as being gentlemanly is concerned, I mean, it's a nation of match fixers, and Cheema ji would agree with me. People have gone to prison for it and come back and taken UK citizenship so that they keep playing, not Pakistan, but, But I'd like to ask him one very simple question. Pakistan threatened to exit Asia Cup if the person who allowed India not to shake hands with Pakistan was not removed. That person was not removed. Mr. Cheema, did Pakistan move out of Asia Cup?
So I think that was a decision to be taken by the PCB, and I think they took a right decision to be in the game and to play the last ball. And that's the sportsmanship, by the way. That's the sportsmanship.
But Qamar,
the last ball is the sportsman spirit.
But Qamar, that shows that it was just posturing from the Pakistan team side. That you thought that India would walk into it.
The last ball is a sportsman spirit, Shiv, and you know this. And we played the last ball. We did it very well. We are proud of our boys, and I think you saw that.
No, but the thing is, your boys have basically drawn global attention to bad behavior, a kind of jihadi mindset where you have accused India of politicizing and militarizing sport. You had Haris Rauf doing that jet down wala gesture, which has become viral. Everyone in Pakistan is, now waiting with chappals for your team right now. They have brought disrepute on yourself, not just the cricketers, but let me bring.
Even the Trump is talking about the downing of the jets. Even the Trump is talking of downing of Indian jets.
No.
So what's the point in it?
This debate is not about. This debate is not even
downing of the jets. Ask your Air Force chief why all that happened.
This debate is not even about that. This debate is not even about that. I'll be happy to call you back on a separate debate about that. Let me bring.
He should be sacked for the 7 jets.
Atul, what would you say to Pakistanis today who say that India has been ungentlemanly about the Asia Cup?
Okay, I'm enjoying your chat because, I think if somebody's sleeping, you can't wake him up. So I think keep on going because, we're going to go on doing whatever you think it is right. So there are always 3 versions of a story. Your version, my version, and the true version. So I think we should leave it out because we're going to drown each other with our verbatim and going to burden the debate. But the point is, you are mixing politics and cricket. And I think, because from my viewpoint, if you see from the start, and if I can be countered logically, I'll be all ears, because, I think most Pakistani minds are like concrete, all mixed up and permanently set. So you can't change it, first of all. And I thought people actually don't act stupid. This is the real thing. When they say we just by not shaking hands, they took the rhetoric to such a level that they went after the match referee, and then the next day didn't come to the ground asking the match referee to be changed. And then they went to the meeting where a PM or a area, not allowed phones. They recorded in, secretly, and then changed the kind of narrative and said that he has apologized. So ICC will actually look into it in hindsight. But I think, having said that, the cherry on the top was, the person insisting for giving away the trophy, because I thought he could have taken the higher moral ground. This was a chance for them to just, keep the decorum of the position this guy is. And I think he was our 12th man because he was hovering around Pakistani team and putting the pressure. So he was working for us because the poor boys were actually just looking at him because, they have to live in a republic, banana republic, where everything is conjoined by umbilical cord, the army, the PCB and everything. And he is the second most powerful minister in the country. And look at the kind of antics. So I think they've become the joke of the world. And no matter what they say to us, first of all, you've defaulted on another loan by in the world body. And I think he threw the check away, the captain.
That is,
can Mr. Cheema guarantee that they will not encash the check? And if he says that and the check is not encashed, I'll take everything back what I've said.
No, this is a very ironic, this is a smash back to you, Qamar, because you're saying politicization of sport and that Modi has made the players do all this. Atul, Wassan is pointing at you and saying that from top to bottom, you are all of the same mindset. There is no differentiating between your players and your politicians and your army generals. Respond to the direct question, then I'm coming to Anand.
Yeah, Shiv, frankly speaking, I was looking Indian captain last night when he had a question from a Pakistani journalist and he was looking to the manager, can I answer this? And the manager said, no, you are not allowed. Prime Minister Modi has asked us, we have not to answer the Pakistani journalist question. What's
wrong with that?
Panic in the Indian cricket team. Look at the panic and look at the panic. Prime Minister Modi was having a tweet in the hand the moment India will win and I will do the Operation Sindoor tweet so that I can win the 20 points.
But Qamar, one second.
You lost in front of international
community. The reason why Indian players were not allowed to speak to the Pakistani journalists is because the Pakistan media is busy saying that people should go and spray bullets on the cricket pitch to save your team the blushes of being defeated serially by the Indian team. But Anand, you raised your hand. You want to come in on this? Anand, I'll come back to you, Qamar.
Yeah, I want to broach a larger issue.
Yeah.
And of course, with due respect to Qamarji, who is an exalted Nishane-Pakistan or an awardee of Pakistan state for winning Pakistan the war. But I want to talk about something larger, which is happening after 60 years. This often repeated phrase called Shatru Bodh. For 60 years, we honestly did not know, and I have my views, we have our views. We call Pakistan a terror state. Cheema ji might disagree, that is up to him. But Pakistan, as far as we are concerned, is a terror state. Now, we did not know how to deal with a terror state for 60 years. We were mollycoddling it. Right now, and this is why Prime Minister's tweet is important.
Yeah.
Psychologically, what he's asking us to do is to treat any theater in which Pakistan is involved and India is involved as a battlefield.
Yeah.
This is how you treat terrorists.
I actually don't.
Atul, please let me finish. Please let me finish. You will get your chance of patronizing others later. And as far as politics should not enter sports, let me remind people like Atul that for 60 years we refused to play South Africa. Why? Because we believe that it was an apartheid state.
Yeah.
So politics does enter sport. Politics and moral and ethic value always enter sport. So let's not be double-faced about it. Let me just say one thing end here.
Wrong example. Let me interject. You're giving the example of South Africa.
You do not shake hands with Atul, please. I did not interrupt you. You do not shake hands with someone you called a terror state, even if you have moral obligations or other obligations to play it. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, Atul, you want to reply? Go ahead, go ahead.
So I think, so the analogy of South Africa is totally because the whole world conjoined together to ostracize them for something.
You're wrong.
Can you? So no. So listen to me. So I think
wrong.
can you?
England was playing South Africa till 1971, and you as a cricketer should know it. In fact, when a black cricketer in England was chosen as a captain, South Africa said we won't play it. That is when England got it. So please get your facts right, Atul.
So actually, that's the problem. People who think they know everything are a great annoyance to people like us who actually do.
Disprove me.
So I'm telling you, South Africa is the wrong example. South Africa is wrong example. Please understand, because it was the apartheid. The whole world actually decided to keep them away. Yeah, you have the lobby to do that to Pakistan. You cannot. But this time, Pakistan is helping us to actually just make up people's mind because of the antics. So don't mix up the matter.
No, but Atul, on everything being a battlefield between India and Pakistan, I agree with Anand. That's what has changed now between India and Pakistan. We are not going to choose what is formal, what is informal, what is sports, what is politics. We will treat a terror state in every forum as the enemy.
So that is wrong actually, because this gentleman is there because they believe that they are right and you believe. So you are saying terror state, they don't believe that. So let's not even go there, because you'll be shouting at each other. I am saying that cricket has been used as a vehicle, as a bridge always. And I think this is a pressure on cricket to be always, because the optics are there. But I think Pakistan, since not 60 years, I think we are 75 years fighting. We started fighting in the 50s. So I think because...
No, but what Anand means is that things have changed in the last decade. That's what he means.
No, because they have got more jealous, because they have been going down. $400 hai, bijli pani hai nahi hai. So unke paas sirf ek agenda. Karl Marx said, religion is the opium of masses. I think in Pakistan, it is so true that cricket and Kashmir is the opium for people to keep happy. Pani na mile, khana na mile, but Kashmir ho jaye, Pakistan, England ho, India ho rahe.
No, but I also have another argument, Qamar. Pakistan should be very happy about the politicization of cricket. It has always been the case. India has actually been very sober about it.
By the way, they have taken the cup, so they will melt it down and put more medals. They have not even won a single one. 50 medals they put. So I think more medals coming.
So, I can absolutely understand.
Kamar's link has frozen at the... Kamar's link has frozen at the very opportune... Anand, Anand, you want to respond to Atul or Qamar?
No, I just wanted to say that I still haven't understood the point of disagreement of Mr. Atul Wassan with both of us, Shiv. I think he's speaking the same words.
Yeah. I think so too. On principle, it's the same thing. Qamar, we lost you for a moment. Come in.
Shiv, what I was saying is that Prime Minister Modi's ego has injured. Now he's hiding behind a cricket team. He will hide behind
How is his
Bollywood.
ego injured after 36 air bases? Come on, Qamar. You're better than that. You've won a Nishane Haider.
And he will hide behind his billionaire friends, and he will use Hindu nationalism as a card to be relevant.
Qamar, he doesn't even need cricket, my friend.
Be clear. Hindu nationalism, cricket, Godi media, billionaire friends.
Qamar.
Prime Minister Modi.
Qamar, you've written down these 5 things and you're going to say it in every answer.
Media
no. Qamar, you cannot fool me by acting like this. I know you are smarter than this.
Already those who are already fooled.
No. Anand is never going to let you forget that you won a Nishane Haider for winning the war on behalf of your country.
I don't fool people, those who are already fooled.
मैं आपका फैन हूँ, पता है पाकिस्तान के because मेरे को भी ऐसी चाहिए ओवर एस्टिमेशन अपने बारे में, क्योंकि बंदे के पैसे दे रहे हैं दुनिया के, उसमें इतनी तड़ी है, समझ नहीं आ रहा क्या कर रहे हो आप लोग.
But has something Anand
100% वो लगा दिया है, टैरिफ लगा दिया है इंडियन मूवीज पे, मेडिसिन पे. पहले वो तो रोना पिटना अपना ठीक कर लो यार.
I think an important thing has been said by Anand, which is that everything is going to be a battlefield now, and that's what the Prime Minister's tweet is about. But as a final question, Anand, India and Pakistan have played so long. It has always been weaponized. Politics has always been part of it. There's always been an aspect of battle between the two countries. We can't get away from that. There is no gentleman's game when it comes to India and Pakistan. But do you think something has fundamentally shifted after this particular final? It was especially ill-tempered. Some things, genuinely went in a very strange direction. Do you think things are not going to be the same again?
It's difficult to say, Shiv, and I don't believe in this ill-tempered business. I think sportsmen, away from the camera glare, are pretty friendly with each other, and we've seen instances of that even when we were at war with Pakistan. You've seen anecdotes told by Mr. Sunil Gavaskar, Imran Khan. So that happens. The point I'm trying to make is this, that if every theater in which terror state Pakistan is involved in gets into our psyche that this is a battlefield, we may lose some matches, we may win, but if we treat this, that is a marked departure from how we were treating Pakistan over the last 60 years. That's all I'm saying. Marked departure.
That has definitely happened, I feel, and I would also argue that this time, unlike the usual mind games that Pakistan plays with us, we've managed to play some mind games with Pakistan. And I will be the first, Anand, to stand here and say, when it comes to mind games, the Pakistanis are far superior to us. They are far superior to us because they've learned from China as well. We are much more reticent about mind games and psychological operations. The Pakistanis have always been much better at it. Atul, do you agree? This time we kind of got under their skin.
Not really. I mean, you think so? I mean, you don't have this kind of thing that you have done something.
Look at the palpitations. Atul, look at the palpitations in every section of Pakistani society, whether they're administrations, whether they're cricket board, whether they're media. There are seizures going on.
But I tell you, so don't believe this. This is the quote from Mark Twain. I love it. Why is it that when we talk to God, we are said to be praying, but when God talks to us, we are schizophrenic. So I end with this, because don't expect for you to force your dogma on them, because they will not. They are right in their own way. Please understand.
Okay. And I don't think they're right, but anyway.
You missed out the whole thing. I love, because cricket, the way it was played yesterday, Pakistan found a way to lose it, but I will not berate them because they actually came to the party. So I want a good Pakistani team, because unless that happens, this is a law of diminishing returns.
The game is the game. I hear what you're saying. Anand, last word.
You say game is a game, but you started with a battlefield. For Pakistan, it's a battlefield. For us, it's not, because we moved ahead. We are so well set, now, but their way is Pakistan, because people believe that if we beat India
like Qamar says, and I actually agree with Qamar on that, some of the things that happened showed that it wasn't just the game. There was more than the game on the field. Yeah, Anand, last word to you.
For us. It used to be, I remember playing in 90s against Pakistan, they were very good. We used to lose more often.
Okay.
And it was the same thing for us. But now they don't have the players, and I think the dogma and the narrative is such that the poor guys know that they're not as good, but they have to carry this burden,
not so poor given how much the money the PCB is making from this tournament. But last word, Anand, 30 seconds.
As I said, look, it will be unacceptable for us Indians to lose a military conflict with Pakistan. That's never going to happen. but we have to accept that we may lose some matches. I mean, when Atul says that now Pakistani team is much lesser qualified than we are in terms of their acumen or professionalism, yesterday we nearly lost the match.
Yeah.
You know, but for
So
a
we
couple
don't
of
gloat
overs
about
that
this.
could have gone either way.
don't
The fact
equate
of the
that
matter
to-
is we may lose, Atul, please. We may lose some matches, but the
Exactly.
psychology is every match is like a battlefield.
Yeah.
We are playing with a terrorist.
Right.
Never
Yes,
going to
you're
change.
right.
Thank you very much, Anand. Qamar, good to see you back. And Atul, Wassan here on India Matters. Thanks, guys, for being with me. Thank you.